Hello, history enthusiasts. Welcome back to the Alternate History channel. Have you ever wondered about the course of events had certain historical incidents not taken place? Well, that's what we're here to explore. In this episode, we delve into the heart of the 20th century to a pivotal event that has captured the imagination of many: the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was a tragic moment that rocked the United States and the world. But what if that fatal day in Dallas had not occurred? Imagine an alternate 1960s where JFK serves 2 full terms as president. What might his impact have been on the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, or even on the space race? Join us as we navigate through this intriguing alternate timeline in our episode. So, buckle up and let's dive into the annals of history. In November 1963, the course of American history took a dramatic turn when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. Kennedy, a charismatic leader who inspired millions, was in the early stages of his first term. But his life and presidency were cut short on that fateful day, leaving us with a burning question. What if JFK had not been assassinated? JFK's presidency was one that promised a new frontier. His youth, charisma, and progressive ideas stood as a beacon of hope for a nation on the brink of great change. He led America through some of its most perilous moments, such as the Cuban Missile Crisis and the early stages of the Vietnam War. Despite facing significant resistance, Kennedy showed determination in pushing for civil rights reform, advocating for equal opportunity and racial integration. He also put significant focus on space exploration, famously pledging to land a man on the moon before the decade was out. The details surrounding JFK's assassination have been mired in controversy and speculation. The official conclusion is that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. However, conspiracy theories abound, some pointing fingers at the mafia, others at the Soviets, and even the CIA. Although we might never know the whole truth, the mystery keeps the event firmly in the public consciousness. Now, let's delve into a different kind of speculation. Let's explore an alternate timeline, one where JFK survived and continued his presidency. In this world, Kennedy's new frontier continues to be the guiding light of his administration. Civil rights, space exploration, relations with the Soviets, all would have been influenced by Kennedy's continued leadership. Had JFK survived, his next major challenge would have been the 1964 election. With a strong economy, a softening of Cold War tensions following the Cuban Missile Crisis, and a potent charisma, it's likely Kennedy would have secured a second term. His opponent, likely Senator Barry Goldwater, was seen as too far right for many Americans, setting the stage for a Kennedy victory. In our alternate timeline, Kennedy's second term sees the Civil Rights Act become law in 1964, a milestone in America's march towards racial equality. While this happened in our timeline under President Lyndon B. Johnson, Kennedy's survival could have added his unique charisma to the drive for civil rights, potentially easing its passage and implementation. Kennedy's plans for space exploration would have carried on as well. He had set the ambitious goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the 1960s, a target that was achieved in 1969. With Kennedy at the helm, the space race might have maintained its fervor, leading to earlier or more aggressive efforts in space exploration. One of the more profound impacts of a surviving JFK might be seen in Vietnam. While it's hard to say for certain, some speculate that Kennedy was planning to withdraw from Vietnam after the 1964 election. In our alternate history, this could mean the United States avoids a lengthy and divisive war, changing the course of American history. However, not all of JFK's plans were bound to be successful. His economic policies, including tax cuts, were contentious, and the economy of the late 1960s was unpredictable. JFK might have faced economic struggles in his second term, and the fight against poverty, part of his war on want, might have been harder to win. Throughout all of this, JFK would have remained a global figure. His charisma, youth, and forward-thinking policies might have reshaped America's image on the global stage, leading to different international relationships and potentially a different trajectory of the Cold War. Progressing into JFK's second term, we'd likely witness an escalating focus on domestic issues. His aspiration to tackle poverty, referred to as the War on Poverty, might have accelerated, resulting in sweeping welfare and social reform. Programs like Medicare and Medicaid, typically associated with Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society initiatives, might have seen an earlier inception under Kennedy. Kennedy's economic vision would be thoroughly tested during this time. He was a strong advocate for tax cuts, and this economic strategy would face a real test as the economy started slowing down in the late 1960s. Would his tax cuts have spurred economic growth, or would America have slipped into an early recession? Turning to foreign policy, Kennedy's diplomatic and crisis management skills, as demonstrated during the Cuban Missile Crisis, could have resulted in a decrease in global tensions. Further arms control agreements with the Soviet Union might have been established, and his envisioned collaborative approach to the space race could have heralded a new era of international cooperation in space exploration. However, an intriguing subplot in our alternate history would be Kennedy's relationship with the CIA. His dissatisfaction with the intelligence provided during the Bay of Pigs invasion and the Cuban Missile Crisis was well known, and there were even rumors that he planned to dismantle or significantly reform the CIA during his second term. The consequences of such a move could be far-reaching, affecting the country's foreign policy and the nature of the intelligence community. Despite these potential changes, we mustn't forget that Kennedy was a complex figure. His private life and health issues were largely kept from the public, and in our alternate timeline, these could have come to light and potentially impacted his presidency and legacy. As a concluding thought, had JFK not been assassinated, his charisma, progressive policies, and vision could have substantially reshaped the trajectory of American history. The spectre of Vietnam might have been averted, civil rights and welfare reforms could have been more radical, and the economic pathway of the country could have diverged. However, as with any speculation of alternate history, we can only wonder. What remains certain is the lasting influence JFK has left on America, an influence still felt even today. And there we have it, folks. A speculative journey through an alternate timeline where JFK was never assassinated, serving 2 full terms and significantly reshaping the course of American history. From managing the Vietnam War to restructuring the CIA to dealing with civil rights, JFK's longer presidency would have potentially touched every aspect of American life. As always, remember that this is just one of many possible paths history could have taken. History, after all, is a complex weave of events, decisions, and circumstances, and a change in one thread can significantly alter the pattern. We appreciate you joining us on this thought-provoking journey. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more alternate history scenarios, and share your thoughts or theories in the comments section below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the annals of what-if history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.